We here at Bobchat like to think we help shape our nation's youth, but unless you want your children to grow up like us, we suggest only listening with other inebriated adults.
Listen, I've been drinking, okay?
Bob!
Bob! Bob!
Bob!
Bobby!
Bob!
It's Bobchat Baby.
And we're just sitting here cranking a few beers, hacking a couple darts, and shooting the shit, you know?
The fact that Elvis was drafted into the military at the height of his stardom is like so crazy to me. Like, imagine you're in the middle of a war and you hear someone shout "Cover me" and it's Beyonce. Like, okay, and welcome to another episode of Bobchat. We have a very special guest here today, someone that we've been hoping to have on the show for a while. My good buddy Josh, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's going on? I'm so excited. This is amazing.
Finally made it happen.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
It has been a conversation that I've avoided.
Yeah, because you know that we don't give a fuck at Bobchat. We talk about whatever. We don't care.
We made it.
We made it. We made it. Motherfucker, we made it.
Made it happen.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, anyways, at us, Drake. So, yeah, what has been going on? I haven't seen you in a while because I've been busy with the babes, but...
Staying out of trouble.
Staying out of trouble, that's good. I'm glad. You got to stay out of trouble. You don't want to get in trouble because that just causes more trouble.
Tends to track you down.
Track you down.
That's right.
But yeah, so Josh is a good friend of mine, been a good friend for a while, and he is quite the traveler, quite the savant, the Magellan, if you will. He's been here, he's been there, he's been everywhere, and actually we were just talking outside. The cab driver on his way over here was asking him, you know, they were talking about how he travels a lot, and he said, well, you know, what are you doing now that you can't go anywhere? And he bought a house.
I did.
Yeah.
I bought a house finally.
You did buy a house.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
I owe that one to COVID.
It took a worldwide pandemic for you to buy a house, which is good, though. Which is good because he's, he's got 2 pups and a wife, and, it's better than living out of Airbnbs all over the world in exotic, awesome locations, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in a cardboard box somewhere.
Yeah, why don't you have any money? We travel a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I might be living on the street, but you should have seen the Airbnb we had in Italy. It was amazing.
I got the travel bug, but it led me to this cardboard box here.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm living with the real bugs.
Oh yeah.
So what? You've been everywhere. Where have you been? Tell us.
Been different parts of Asia.
Asia, ooh.
China, Indonesia. Been over to Europe. Seen in most of England, France, Spain, Greece, Italy. Did the Netherlands. Went to Amsterdam.
Of course you did.
Yeah, had to go there.
Who doesn't want to go to Amsterdam and get super high?
That's right. That's pretty much all I went there for.
I think it was Al that was telling me, like over there, they're like, oh, where are you from, right? Because they have crazy weed, right? So they'll be like, oh, where are you from? They're like, oh, his friends were like, oh, we're from Canada. They're like, we can handle the good shit, right? And they said like they got a joint of like this crazy weed, and they smoked like half of it, and they said they passed out at the cafe. Like I don't like Canada's supposed to have some of the best weed in the world, but then you go to Amsterdam and you got pass out in the cafe weed. Like
yeah, no, I asked them to take me to the best weed cafe that they had down there, and turns out the guy took me to one that you can't even smoke inside of.
What?
You're allowed to roll it there, but you can't smoke inside. However, the reason why he took us there was because they're well known for having the best strains in Amsterdam.
Maybe that's why they don't want people to smoke inside.
And that's what I asked him to take me to. I said, take me to the best weed. I should have been, a little more straightforward and said, I want to go somewhere where I can fucking smoke this inside, but that was not the case.
Yeah. Here, if you're going to smoke this, just go pass out in the canal, okay? We don't want you passing out in our store.
Oh, and I was only there, for a short period of time and told him to give me a couple grams of the best weed he had, and it was only my wife and I. She doesn't smoke often, but so we go and sit, grab a grinder and some papers, start rolling a nice big cannon up, and the guy that sells it to me walks by and he's just like, is that just straight bud? So I guess they like to throw tobacco in it over there, whereas I'm not from Newfoundland, so I didn't feel the need to do so.
Or Jamaica.
So I looked at him and said, "Yeah, that's just bud," and he's like, "Fucking Canadians."
Yeah, you got to put some tobacco in there. Make a spliff, man.
Oh, it would have been funny if he sounded like that since he was Asian.
Oh, was he? An Asian guy in Amsterdam sold me weed, and he sounded Jamaican.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
and had no accent whatsoever. I swear he was Canadian and went over there for a job.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, you're applying for this weed job. What are your what are your references? Well,
Your qualifications.
yeah, what are your qualifications? That's the word I'm
Well, I
looking
smoke a shit ton of it in Canada.
We just legalized it, bro. It's cool. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think so anyway.
That's crazy. I would love to go to Amsterdam, man. That'd be amazing. I think that's probably like on one of my my top places I would love to go. And me and my dad, like before COVID, we're both big history buffs, right? So and he's been to France, like he's seen like Vimy Ridge and all that stuff, but he's never been to Normandy. So we had planned a trip where like we were gonna go to France, we are gonna like walk the beaches in Normandy, like do all this other like all this cool war shit. Like you went to you actually brought me back a coin. You went to the Palace of Versailles. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got to go into Versailles. Got to do a lot of neat trips down there. Got to go through the holy doors of the Vatican.
That's crazy.
A lot of people
Blessed.
A lot, yeah. Like,
Hashtag blessed.
Even our travel guide said, the likeliness of you finding somebody else you'll meet in your lifetime that's actually gone through the holy doors is pretty much.
It's crazy.
You have a better chance of winning the lottery.
Oh, wow. Well, who knows? Maybe now that you've been blessed, you will win the lottery.
Yeah, fingers are crossed. But
yeah. Friday, 25 mil. Let's do this.
Yeah. No, I'll take that 70 million lotto max, no problem.
Yeah. Just remember we're friends when you win big, okay? Yeah. You can take us traveling.
We'll see Normandy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Don't worry. We got built-in cribs on the yacht for the babies. It's fine. Oh my God, amazing. So what is your favorite place that you've traveled?
Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Hands down Indonesia.
Why?
The people are fantastic. The scenery is amazing. I'm a big fan of architecture. I do like Europe. I do love Europe for that.
Yeah.
Indonesia, you'll find a lot of neat temples, palaces.
Just like a different kind of architecture, right?
Yeah, and that's not even, like I said, like I love the architecture, but that's not why I love Bali and Indonesia, different parts. We never made it down to the islands. I wish we would have stayed a bit longer, but it's just an excuse to go back.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, there you go. Now you can go back.
But we crushed like most of Bali altogether. Stayed in 4 or 5 different cities while we were there. The people are phenomenal. The food is out of this world.
Yeah.
And you can't beat the price,
Well, that's what you were saying. It was like you like as for Canadian dollars, like you can get like what? Like you and Holly, like your wife got like what, a whole meal and like drinks for like what?
Yeah.
Like $6 or something.
We stopped using the ATMs because it was just so entertaining going back to the villa at the end of the night and seeing like the Capital One credit card charge come through for $20 Canadian, and we sat there for 4 hours, had like 5-course meal with booze and drinks.
That's
and
amazing.
All like the live music, everything going on.
Fuck yeah.
And for 2 of us to be able to spend the whole night somewhere to go back to find out that it really only costs you $20 and you go and do a night out here in Canada and it's going to cost you a couple $100 on a low end if you're going out for the night. And
we're going to go out once a month. It's like Bali every night, baby.
Oh yeah,
every night.
One of the villas we ended up staying in, it was owned by an Australian who had gone down there. He took his inheritance when his parents died and bought a villa compound down there. He lived in one of them while he renovated a couple others.
Oh, wow.
While he rented out like 2 of the other ones. And he was 42 and he was down there and fully retired.
Really?
So I asked him if he didn't mind me asking how much he had gotten from the life insurance buyout or whatever, the inheritance, and he's like, 120 US, like 120,000 US.
And he was able to buy the villa
and retired down there.
Oh my God, that's crazy!
Right?
$120,000 doesn't even get you a fucking pot to piss in as far as a house is concerned.
Hey, there you go. Anybody listening, Uluwatu in Bali, Indonesia, go there, retire there.
Surf's up, baby.
You will retire a happy individual. I promise you that.
That's amazing. Well, you know what? Cheers to Bali, bud. Thanks for coming over. I'm
Cheers.
so glad you're here. This is so exciting.
Glad
Well,
to be
it's
here.
it's nice too because like we haven't got to like a lot of people have been coming over, but like family and stuff. And people like want to meet the babies, but it's nice to have like my buddies come over and actually hang out for a little bit.
True.
Like me and Griffin did an episode a little while ago, and that was really nice. And it's it's just nice to be back doing Bobchat.
Yeah, we talked about the visit, what is it, 2 weeks ago? Tried to make it happen. Couldn't make it happen. Tried again last week. So finally nice to put it all together. And
everything lines up.
have a meal after. And
Well, and I'll take you to Jamaica after this because we're gonna barbecue up some jerk chicken. For
oh,
dinner.
hey, there we go. I thought there was a plane showing up later on.
Yeah, I got I already actually won the Lotto Max. I was just keeping it a secret from everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody either.
Yeah, the private jet's coming. I just casually drop hints. I'd be like, "Oh, did you see my new car out there?" And wow, did you
See the Viper in the complex? Yeah, that's mine.
amazing? Oh my god.
So what else is going on with you, Bob?
Honestly, not a whole lot, man. Like I don't know. I had a nap today, which was pretty crazy. I was up pretty late last night. We had to get up early because the babies had a doctor's appointment. The babes are at 7 pounds each now.
7.
Yeah, I know. I can start working out with them, like doing curls. Because you know me, I'm usually doing 5-pounders.
I was gonna say, the soup cans are finally being retired.
Yeah, I need to take a break from the Campbells, but yeah, no, it's no more tomato soup. It's baby soup now.
There you go. Baby jars.
Baby Jaws, making it happen. But yeah, so I mean, really not a lot. Like you might have noticed, this room has kind of turned into a Costco overflow room.
I thought it was a catch-all.
What?
A catch-all. Yeah, wherever I can't find space in the rest of the house, I put it here.
Is that what you call it, the catch-all?
Catch-all.
Yeah, actually,
What's
this
in
is
there? A little bit of everything.
this is actually a catch-all. Yes, exactly. So yeah, no, I mean not a lot. Just trying to keep my sanity, trying to sleep a little bit. But it's nice. So I'm not working, right? So I have some time to myself. Like I've been painting my Warhammer and prepping some Bobchat stuff, and I download a new phone game. So
Recording Bobchat and playing with your hammer. All right.
yeah, pretty much. Living the dream. Hey, do you want to get 3 months off of work where you can just sit at home and take care of 2 babies and also possibly have time to do things that you enjoy? Knock your girlfriend up now. But yeah, no, it's going good. I mean, it's a big change, but I think by the time that I do go back, like we'll have like a schedule better down, and the babies are gonna be sleeping longer through the night. Like right now, they get up like every 3 hours.
You're gonna have a hard time going back to work, bud.
That's what I was saying. Well, because I like staying up late. Those like getting up early, right? So she'll go to bed at like 10 o'clock. I'll stay up to like 4 a.m. and then she'll get up at like 6, and I'll get up at lunchtime, right? So we're both kind of getting like 6 to 8 hours.
Yep, there's somebody always available for the babies.
Exactly, but it's like, yeah, when I go back, man, like hopefully they're sleeping longer through the night, because I'm gonna have to go from waking up at noon every day, sleeping at 4 a.m. to all of a sudden
Complete opposite.
I'm going to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I'm up at 5 a.m. to go to work. It's gonna be crazy. Like it'll definitely be a big change, but I mean,
You get messages from the boys at work being like, Bob,
yeah,
we're
dude.
losing it. When are you coming back?
So my boss like took a collection at work. So they bought us like, he's like, what do you need? So he brought us a bunch of formula and baby wipes and all this other stuff. And then I was telling Al about it, how he stopped over with the stuff. And then I was like, oh, it's not really nice that he just wants to get me all that stuff. Al's like, Bob, he's just making sure you come back. He's like,
He's just trying to make sure you're locked in.
yeah, he's like, oh, he better not get another job while he's off. He's got lots of free time.
You need to start babysitting or something stupid.
Yeah. Delissa, I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad, okay? So
It's confirmed.
yeah, you're going to
If
have
you're
to
listening.
Yeah, she doesn't listen. She doesn't even like listen to me talk normally, let alone on a recording on the internet. Are you crazy? But yeah, no, it's
I use auto-tune so she doesn't know it's my channel.
yeah. Actually, very special guest today, T-Pain. Whatever happened to T-Pain? What is he doing?
That's a damn good question.
Yeah, add us, T-Pain.
Auto-tune got old, so he fell off.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think actually I was reading I think it was a BuzzFeed article or an article the other day, and it was talking about how I guess T-Pain, like, he dropped off for a while because he was like heavily criticized for like overusing autotune. And it's like, whatever. T-Pain defined autotune. Like,
They all use it now.
they all use it now. Like, the other day it was like there's an advertisement for Post Malone's new music video. And like, don't get me wrong, like I like Posty, I like some of his stuff, but like I heard this song and I was like, dude, like he's got all these other famous rappers and celebrities like in the video, and they're on like a NASCAR track. Like obviously it's Post Malone, whatever. But I was like, dude, I did not like the song, and I was like, it was an ad for the song, so they play like the best 30 seconds of the song, right? They're trying to get people to listen.
And you didn't even like the best 30 seconds. You can imagine what the rest is like.
I don't like it's it was just like it was way out there, man. Like, and I can see how a bunch of kids and stuff nowadays would like that, but I was like, I cannot see myself bumping this. No way. It's too much.
No, never been a fan. Wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, Matt, my co-host, he hasn't been around because obviously COVID, but he's actually fully vaccinated now. He texted me the other day, so I got all my antibodies. So we're gonna start that up again soon, and we're gonna do a little dad spot on Bobchat as well too. Okay. Because we talked about it in the last one, so I'll just tell you quick. But he's got.
Is he a new dad?
He's got a 14-year-old son, so it's kind of like both ends.
He's an old dad.
Yeah, so it's like both. It's like both ends of the spectrum, right? So
he gets to share what you're about to enjoy.
Exactly. So new dad, old dad, we're making it happen.
What to do, what not to do.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know what to do. I'm playing it by ear, bro. I'm trying to like. Does anybody ever really know what to do? Like,
yeah, we're gonna play it by year.
Yeah, by 4 ears. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's so much music that like I can't get into now. Like, there's every once in a while I hear a song, like a newer song that I really enjoy. But I mean, for the most part, man, like I've got my playlist and like that's what I like. You know. What's your favorite kind of music?
Oh, you know me, underground rap all day.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I know, but the listeners want to know, Josh. I don't ask the questions for me. I ask the questions for the audience.
Oh yeah, gotta throw on some Vinnie Paz if you want to make me happy.
I do love Vinnie Paz. If we had the copyright, if we were allowed, to
are we even allowed to say his name right now?
I don't think you can. I don't think his name's copyrighted, but we definitely can't play a song. I'm not gonna pay the royalties for that.
Shout out to Vinnie.
Yeah, add us, Vinnie. So Indonesia. So now, I guess this is kind of a catch-22 question because I mean you enjoy traveling, but what was like the worst experience you had traveling? I think I already know. If you want to tell the story, you can.
We've been, there's been a few mishaps now.
But you don't have
since there's been so many travelers.
They can't all be amazing.
We missed a flight in flying out of Athens. I knew we were behind schedule,
which isn't like you. You're normally pretty good about that.
Not really. I'd like to think so, but we thought we had the right idea getting into the airport, and I just quickly glanced up at the departure sign and could have sworn I saw what gate we were supposed to go to. Turns out we were on the complete opposite side of the airport.
So, wow, we got gate 420. That's amazing.
Right? I don't know. Maybe it was, the night before that had its effect on my vision or what. But I definitely thought we had the right idea. Made it down to the gate we thought we were supposed to be at. And turns out we were supposed to be on the complete other side of the airport.
Oh, no.
So there was no way we were going to make it to the gate before it took off.
You got to pull one of those movie scenes where you like hijack one of like the golf carts in the airport. Like, we got to get there now.
Yeah, I think it was our flight from Athens to Santorini.
Where's Santorini?
It's one of the Greek islands.
Okay.
So off the mainland of Greece. It was our first island that we had done after a few days in Athens.
I bet Athens was cool, eh? Like, well, so much history, right? All the sculptures and the temples.
It was sweet. Yeah, we definitely did a few museums the first couple days. Then we went to the Pantheon.
Ooh.
Saw the Acropolis.
That's cool. That shit's like 4,000 years old, man.
It was old, yeah, right?
It's old as balls.
It's old, and like
that motherfucker old.
And even like most of it's been like replaced now. Like if you want to see all the original pieces,
yeah, they're probably like
you go to the museum, and that's like at the bottom of the hill.
Do you see this?
That way they don't have to worry about anybody, getting up to the top and trying to crane it out of there or something.
You see this marble? Do you see this marble brick? This is a 4,000 years old.
Yeah, or at least we made it look like that. The real one's in the museum, and they're closed. Sorry.
Yeah, everything's always closed. Eh? Like,
and then another mishap. When we were flying home from Ibiza, our airline went bankrupt.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So,
you told me that.
So we had a flight,
and that was that right before COVID. That was pretty close. No, it was
that would have been like about 4 years ago now.
Okay, so that was so a long time ago.
So we had flown to France. We had done Paris, We had gone down to the south of France, to Marseille, Cannes.
Wine country.
Yeah, went down to Cannes, where like the film festivals are.
That's
We
cool.
saw this. We saw the coast, and then down to Nice, and then we
Nice,
made
nice.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice.
very nice. And we made our way down to Spain. We had done Barcelona for a week,
That's so cool.
and we saw a lot of stuff. Made our way down to Ibiza. We were only spending a few days there. It was, like the ass end of our trip. We were going down there pretty much to relax, as ironic as that statement is. Now that I say it out loud.
Relax in Ibiza. You know who
Yeah.
didn't relax in Ibiza? Mike Posner. At us.
And so yeah, it's now the night before we leave. We're doing our online check-in for our flights the next day, and my wife looks at me with this horrified
Oh
look.
no. Never good.
It says on the website, it just says like important notice across the top of the screen. You cannot contact us through email or phone. All of the contacts have been shut down.
Oh,
We
no.
apologize to the hundreds of thousands of travelers and employees that are now stranded worldwide. That Primera Air is now bankrupt and closed.
Oh, imagine being someone that worked for them for like 40 years or something.
Well, imagine
I was
just
gonna
working-
retire next
Imagine
Tuesday.
just working for them and you're sitting, somewhere
halfway across the world.
Yeah,
Like
from-
you guys were halfway across the world stranded.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Imagine just sitting there in a ticket booth, selling fucking boarding passes, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know how we're getting you home."
Oh my god.
But so
crazy.
one thing, it was only our flight from Paris back to Canada, back to Toronto, so we could leave Ibiza, we could fly to Barcelona,
And then Barcelona to Toronto.
and then and then we had a flight from Barcelona to Paris.
Yeah.
This is at the ass end of Fashion Week. So now there's 100,000 plus travelers
trying to get out.
stranded in Paris,
Oh,
trying to get
no.
home all over the world. So my wife's like, let's get on the plane. Let's go to Barcelona. Let's go to Paris. Once we're in Paris, we'll figure it out. I'm like, absolutely not.
Let's get that
We'll not be going anywhere near Paris.
because it's going to be crazy.
So let's
right?
get off this island. Let's make it back to the mainland. So we flew to Barcelona. Our flight lands at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. So now my wife and I are laying on an Ibiza beach towel I bought on the tile floor in Barcelona airport, trying to find a plug to charge all of our shit with.
Yeah. Do you have the adapter like the European?
You got it,
Yeah.
sitting there, and that thing barely fits into the outlet that's buried underneath this wall that we found.
Oh no.
So we're charging everything. I guess I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember much after us laying down. But I wake up and my
Where am I?
I wake up, my wife's gone. I'm like, oh.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to Liam Neeson this situation.
Yeah, right. So finally, I'm like, you know what? I should probably stay here in case she comes back.
I hope she comes back.
Hopefully, she does come back. So I'm laying there. A couple, about 30 minutes goes by. She comes around the corner. And she's like, I've been waiting over at the Air Canada ticket booth waiting for it to open because the sign says 5. It's now 6 in the morning. There's still nobody there.
Really?
So I was like, oh, did you get some sleep? She's like, no, you were snoring like a freight train. So I was like, okay, well, that explains why nobody stole our stuff while we were sleeping.
I'm not going near that guy.
So, yeah, there's like 4 people running over to the security booth. 2 people had their passports stolen. 2 other people had their purses stolen.
Well, because there's so
Backpacks.
Because there's so many people
While they're
like
sleeping.
stranded, and
Well, while they're sleeping, right? People just walk over, grab their shit. Sometimes it's just locals will come into the airport, grab the shit, and
And
then they'll just run home.
Well, I guess there's bad people everywhere in the world.
Yep. So we managed to get into like Barcelona security, talk to Air Canada, booked our flights home direct from Barcelona to Toronto to Pearson, for twice the cost of our original.
Sucks.
I think our flights originally we found were $900 for both of us.
Yeah.
From Ibiza all the way home to Pearson.
Wow.
And now it's $900 per person to get from Barcelona to Toronto.
Really?
Last minute flights.
Wow.
So that ranks probably second shittiest, and taking numero uno. I think it's what you've been waiting for me to talk about this whole time.
Well, eat your chip if you want first, and then you can tell me. Yeah, I mean, if you want to share, you don't have to tell us. If you want to share, we can talk about Beyonce more. I don't care.
I'm really just hoping the owner of the rental company isn't listening right now.
Oh, dude, barely anyone listens to Bobchat. I don't think you need to worry about some obscure rental owner guy in.
All right, well, fuck all you guys. You guys need to start listening up to this shit. It's good stuff.
This is quality content.
So
yeah, tell us.
Where did it start? Okay, so we're
where did it start?
Right. Let me just hit myself in the head to remember.
In a country long, long ago.
Yeah. So we were in Greece 2 years ago for our 3rd year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
We had already, like I said earlier, done Athens. We had done Santorini. We went to the island of Crete.
Ooh, Crete.
And we made our way to Paros, where we were finishing our trip.
Yeah. Like just in Greece, or was that the?
It's another Greek island.
Was that the end of the whole trip, or just okay?
Yep. So.
So you went to Greece twice then?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This was the only Greece trip. So like I said, we had done Athens, we'd done Santorini, made our way to Crete, and now we were finishing in Paros. Beautiful island, amazing people.
Yeah.
Our villa was unreal. We stayed like right in the.
I saw the pictures. It was
right
really
in the
nice.
crevice of like the bay.
Yeah.
Where like the port is. It was unreal. It's got to be 48 hours, no, maybe 72 hours before we're flying home.
Oh, okay, so almost time to go.
So we'd only been there about a day, and we decided, we're going to talk to the Airbnb host. We're going to get another side-by-side. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a four-wheeler with a roof. They go really, really fast.
And a roll cage.
And, yeah, they have a roll cage, and it's for a reason. So we had gotten this side by side for the day. We enjoyed it the first day, did a little bit of driving. The next day we decided we are going to crush the whole island.
Send it.
We're going to crush the whole island of Paros in one day on this thing. We're going to start at our Airbnb, and it's like a giant cashew-shaped island, if you will.
Okay.
So we're going to do the whole thing in one day. It's easily doable. So we enjoyed it. We saw everything the island had to offer. Checked out some really cool beaches. So we're now looking at about dinner time, making our way back to the Airbnb. Well, we're going down the highway, and I see this really cool gravel lot. So, I look over at the wife, and I ask her if she'll videotape me doing some shitties in this parking lot next to me. And it's not even a parking lot. It's a gravel lot. Let's be real.
Just a bunch of gravel on the side of an island.
Yeah, it's like they found it somewhere. They needed somewhere to put it, so they flattened it out over somewhere else. And, so she's like, I don't want to, but sure.
I'm not going to say no.
So we pull into
You're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, this is a dumb idea, but, you're full of them, so let's just go along with it.
She loved you.
So I let her out, and I start, going real fast.
I was going fast.
I just wanted to go fast. And so I start doing some turns, some donuts, trying to get her up on a couple wheels. And I succeeded. So
two wheels on the same side.
Yeah. So I had taken a left, and then I took a real hard right, and this thing just tumbled.
Just a Louie and a wrecky real quick.
Really wish I would have taken the left and then. And then the right, because I probably would have been better off, but I definitely took a right and then a left.
And then so you landed on the
So
driver's...
we went over on the left side, or I went over, me, myself, and I, and I thought it'd be a good idea to stick my hand out the window to brace the fall.
Oh, no.
And I put my hand out. It went over real fast, real hard. Crushed my hand on the roll cage.
It was messed up. It's better now.
It still looks like burn victim Barbie for sure, but I ripped the skin off the top of it, ripped my leg to shreds, which is weird because they have doors, and filled the entire thing with gravel.
It's not funny, but I mean we can.
It was
laugh about
funny.
it now.
Like I was laughing because I was trying not to make it seem like I was hurt, and I didn't want my wife to worry. And so I'm laying there for about 10 seconds thinking to myself, well, that was stupid. And then all of a sudden, my wife's seat, the passenger seat, falls out and lands on my head.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking to myself, like, was this ever bolted down the whole time we've been driving? Like,
Maybe not.
Like, if I hammered on the brakes hard enough, would my wife shoot out the front window? Like,
Yeah, these aren't ejector
earlier
seats.
into the day.
Are
Like,
these ejector seats? Like,
so I take my seatbelt off. I crawl out the windshield, and then I look up over at the road because there's obviously traffic, people driving by, and I'm stupid embarrassed. My wife is running full tilt Usain Bolt towards me in a dress, carrying my phone, obviously shaking her head ridiculously, and I see this young couple pulling into the lot in this makeshift four-wheeler, and so he comes over and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have any straps. I need to flip this thing back over. He's don't worry about it. They don't weigh anything. He's like, but they're not meant for fun. They're meant for driving around the island, taking in the scenes. So anyway, we flip it back over and
are you like bleeding? You're bleeding
everywhere. I got blood everywhere. Like literally, it's like I ruined the clothes I was wearing. Just everything was destroyed. Like my hand, my leg, everything was you're disgusting.
You're a tough motherfucker though, because like you waited, so you got home.
So yeah.
Like,
that's
crazy.
So we flipped it back over. We get in. As much as I shouldn't have been driving after that because my body is running on full adrenaline. My wife doesn't want to drive it, so I'm like, okay. She's like, we need to go to the hospital. Like, not a chance.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to go back to the Airbnb. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna clean all the rocks and the gravel out
of my body,
out of the crevices of my body.
How did that get in my butt crack? I had my pants on the whole time.
It made it. So we get back to the Airbnb.
I've been pooping gravel for a week.
Clean myself up. Yeah, pretty much. Clean myself up, and the wife goes for a little stroll, goes to get me, a bag of ice and some painkillers and some antiseptic spray.
Or just have a shower, just antiseptic shower.
Right.
We're just going to hose you down.
So she gets back. I'm laying there in bed. I got my arm and leg all elevated, thinking I'm a fucking volunteer doctor.
Oh,
and so we get cleaned up, and the next morning she's like, we need to go to the hospital. I'm like, we leave in 48 hours.
And it's going to...
I got free health care back in Canada.
And it would probably cost a shitload there, yeah.
I have traveler's insurance, but I just didn't want to fuck with it. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to go through the paperwork.
You're crazy. I can't believe you're a tough motherfucker, man. The fact that you waited that long, that's unreal.
Where we ended up finding, like, the bag of ice, like, the chick told us, like, I guess my wife was explaining to her kind of what happened, and she's like, honestly, like, you're probably better off waiting. Yeah. Because some people will totally take advantage of your situation. Like, they will gouge you so much money.
Even though your insurance doesn't cover this.
Even though you might not need anything at all. Oh, my God. So
that's crazy.
So we ended up going down to a pharmacy. I found like an ankle splint and figured out a way to MacGyver it over my hand instead. And used that. And then the next day we had to return the side by side.
Oh yeah.
So we went for a little loop-de-loop around the building so we could pull it in along the non-fucked side of it. And I fucking parked it along a fence and got out the passenger side. Returned it.
It's fine.
To this day, my wife and I are still just waiting for that credit card charge to come through, being like, you totaled it. You totaled it. The mirror was hanging off, you prick. We know it was you. It was full of gravel still. You didn't even clean the bitch.
Yeah, there's blood everywhere. What the fuck?
And so yeah, the worst part about the whole thing was probably cabin pressure on my wrist flying home with it.
I didn't even think about that.
It was bad.
Like as soon as
as we got up into the air, it just started pulsating,
just throbbing,
like a bad migraine and like the back of your spinal cord type deal.
Oh no!
And we got home. And
so what? Yeah. So then what? Did you go to?
I went to the hospital
right away.
No, the next day. Yeah, I had shit to do when I got home. Okay, so the next day, once I got my shit dealt with, I went down to the hospital and got an X-ray. They told me that it didn't look like there was any breaks, but they wanted to take a closer look at it. And so I got a second X-ray. Sure enough, it was fractured in 3 parts.
In your hand?
Yeah, 3 different mini fractures and multiple small bones.
I know. I just remember
hand.
you had like a cast bandage. I felt like it was on there forever. Like, it felt like it was on there forever.
I definitely had it on there a while.
I was like, every time I'd see you, I'd be like, oh, I hope his cast is off now. I'd be like, nope, it's still on.
I think it had something to do with the fact that I was allowed to like take it on and off. It was like
yeah.
one of those temp casts, so like there was a fiberglass piece in it.
Let it breathe a little
that
bit.
I could take it off to shower, put it back on. Well, whenever I had it off, I just really enjoyed it. So
you left it off for a
so,
while.
yeah, longer than I probably should have before putting it back on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but you probably should have left it on longer.
And then, eventually, I finally got it. Finally got the strength back and got to take it off, and
you're good now.
And then realized after, I was like, well, that's never gonna fix itself. And now it's just this. Now it's this like tissue paper looking layer of skin over the top of my head. It's a good reminder, side by sides just aren't for me.
Yeah, don't fuck around with side by side, guys.
Yeah, they're not for fun.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Well, it's like I said, man. Like you're great. So what did they say at the hospital here? What did they say? Were they like?
They told me I was stupid.
Like, what the fuck happened?
They're like, no, like you definitely should have gone and gotten help right away. Tough boy.
Yeah, I don't fuck around, yo.
I was just like, you know what? I didn't want to deal with all the paperwork. They're like, yeah, well, they probably would have been able to set it sooner, and you probably wouldn't have had all the pain you dealt with.
So they have to
days.
reset your hand when you got here?
Yep.
Oh no, how was that? Terrible.
It sucks. You ever had that happen?
No, actually, I've broken my pinky on my right hand twice, and I've broken my index finger once.
When they reset something, it's
probably terrible.
Yeah, it's like you get to feel that when you broke it the first time all over again.
Yeah, without the adrenaline.
And they tell you when they're going to do it. It's the worst.
Yeah,
it's like count to 3, but do it at 1, just so I don't know it's coming.
Yeah. No, we were watching a movie the other day. I think it's called The Raw Missy, and it's got like David Spade in it, and it's like basically he gets caught. It's a Happy Madison movie, right? So it's all gag movie, and he gets caught up with this crazy chick, and every time something happens during her work, she's like, "Oh, I'm a registered physiotherapist. Oh, I'm a registered practitioner. This and that." Like she does like 100 different things, right? And there's a couple of times where she's setting bones throughout the movie. I'm like, this happens a lot in this movie. People are getting fucked up because this chick is so crazy, and she's like, "Okay, 1, 2, 3," and they're like, oh, what? And then snap.
Oh yeah, you don't want to know what's going to happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, no.
I remember having my wrist reset after a snowboard incident when I was a kid, and they put me under just to reset it. Like they had to re-break it, and they're like, "Yep, we're going to put you under."
Well, that's a funny snowboard story. Me and Josh and Griffin went to Blue Mountain in Collingwood.
I don't know if you can say that one on air.
No, well, it was a crazy trip. But what happened is when we were there, Josh's binding broke on his snowboard. So he like looks at me and he's like, "Dude, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get down the hill?" I was like, fuck, I was like, you better find one of those orange dudes, man. So fucking he goes.
Yeah, they'll bring you a snowmobile and you'll go down on that. That's what they said.
Yeah, I thought
it's not what happened.
I thought he was gonna go down a snowmobile. So he calls over the orange guy and the ski patrol guy, and they put him in the thing,
a sled,
like a laying down sled, like a gurney, like they put like people that are injured in,
people thought I was dead.
Yeah, they wrap them up like a burrito, and then they're pulling that on a snowmobile. And I was like, how was it? I was like, it was fucking awesome, but it was crazy because they're just
my head is just bouncing like a freaking pinball in a pinball machine.
Yeah, well, good thing you had a helmet. But yeah, they just gunned it. Like he's like, take a photo of me, and he's like all bundled up like a
human burrito is the perfect fucking word to use.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
but
nothing like breaking your binding at the end of a day.
That was great. Yeah, and it was lucky though. It was like we probably did like one more run, and then it was like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it took me longer to walk from the other side of the mountain back to the car, dragging my board behind me in defeat. In total defeat.
Fuck you, Blue Mountain.
Yeah.
You might have won this time.
Fucking union bindings.
Yeah, but you did get them fixed, so they fixed them for you. But they were like new. They were like brand new. They weren't supposed to break.
$20. Well, that's because I fell on them. My fat ass broke the back plate.
Dude,
Put that ice there.
Dude, I've had the same. Actually, I was thinking about that today because I was down in the basement. I saw my snowboard sitting there, and I've had the same bindings that I've had since I started snowboarding, and they were already used. They're old ride bindings that my buddy Joel gave me, and they broke one time. We were at Blue Mountain. I went into the shop. The guy took a fucking 2-inch screw or whatever length screw and a fucking washer, drilled her in. They're fucking still good. Like, dude, you look at my bindings, they're like the old...
Undefeated.
Dude, they're like the oldest, shittiest ass black ride bindings, but then they've got a fucking washer and like a fucking Phillips screw in them.
He just saw the condition that they were in, and he's like, I have a red-green fix for this.
Yeah, fuck yeah, MacGyver that bitch.
They don't find me handsome, but they find me handy around here.
Hell yeah, because I shred like a motherfucker. Oh my God, amazing. But yeah, man, that was crazy. I wish we, speaking of blue, do you know that a blue whale can make a fart bubble big enough for a horse to fit into? There you go. That's something you know now. You're welcome, everyone.
That's just too much information. When you were talking about Elvis earlier showing up in the war, I was picturing him walking up behind me in blue suede shoes and the red in camo gear. What's up, guys? I'm here to party. I like to party.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Bresley. Those blue suede shoes aren't Army issue. We're going to need you to put combat boots.
I do what I want.
I'm Elvis, bitch. Oh, my God. That's amazing. Yeah, fuck. Where have I traveled? I've been to a couple places. I went to Dominican Republic one time.
Yep.
So that was good. Went to Punta Cana. It was funny though because I was like 12 years old at the time, and obviously the guys that work at the resort, like, it's all inclusive, right? They don't give a fuck. So like it was me, my mom, my sister, and my aunt, right? And I'm 12, so like they would send me up to the bar to get drinks. They'd be like, "Oh, go get us drinks," right? And the guy, though, I was like, "Yep, 4 pina coladas."
Don't they have servers for that shit?
Well, like, whatever. I wanted to do it, right? Or 4 Bahama Mamas or whatever, right? So I'd go up to the bar, and I'd be like, 4 Bahama Mamas or 4 pina coladas. And the guy just fucking liquored them up. Here you go. So I bring them back, and I've probably had about 3 pina coladas at this point. And I'm like 12 years old. My mom's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I feel great." And
she's like, over already.
Yeah. And I was like, I was pretty liquored. I was like 12 years old. I was like liquored up, man. I was like, she was pissed. She's like, "You're not going." She's like, "You better say virgin next time."
And then later they told me that they were all virgins.
Yeah. Placebo pina colada.
There was actually no booze in any of those.
Yeah. It was all in my head. I like saw all the drunk people at the pool. I was like, well, everybody else seems to be
I can
pissing
walk
in
like that too.
Yeah. Listen, that guy's been sitting at the swim up bar for 3 fucking hours. You're telling me he's not pissing in the pool? Okay, that's fucking bullshit.
It's like a sauna over by him.
Yeah. Wow. Is there a heater? Is the heater on in this pool? Is that a jet?
Sir, it changes colors.
Yeah, that's a myth. Remember that when you were a kid? They're like, "Oh, we know." Like, I remember going to...
There's dye in the pool.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, going to camp. They're like, "It's going to turn red around you if you pee in the pool." Bullshit. That's what I mean. They lie to kids.
I'll figure that out.
Actually, it was funny. Speaking about lying to kids, I saw this meme and it was like, I always promised myself I would never lie to my kids. And then as soon as I had kids, it's like, listen, I just got off the phone with Santa Claus, the Green Power Ranger, and the fireman dog from Paw Patrol. They said that if you don't put your shoes on, they're going to have to put down another unicorn, okay? So let's get the shoes on. Like, dude, you have to, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lie to my kids, but, like, sometimes you gotta force them to do stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I think that even crosses the line a little white lie too. You full tilt lied the shit out of those
Listen,
kids.
I just got off the phone with Santa, okay? He's gonna have to put down another unicorn if you don't put your shoes.
Yeah, Rudolph's gonna die tomorrow.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Oh my god. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like, me and Griffin were talking about that, like talking about like getting the kids into technology and stuff. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm just gonna play it by ear. Like you know what I mean? Like, I want to be a cool dad, but I want to be a tough dad. You know?
Yeah, well, good luck. Everybody tries.
Yeah. Oh, thank God I got Delissa. Delissa
technology takes over.
Yeah, Delissa will keep them in line. But yeah, where else have I been? We went on a cruise once. we left out of we went to Miami, and then we flew to Puerto Rico, and we did like St. Thomas and like Barbados. And I was young. I was only 14 then too. It's like every time I've gone on a trip, I can't get fucking shit faced.
That's just doing what little 1-day island stops?
Pretty much, yeah. And then you'll be like a day at sea, and
Trinidad, Tobago, and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the only place that I really go when I've been an adult and I can get hammered is like Florida. Like when I'm, dude, like when I'm on vacation, and thank God my family owns a condo, because if we ever go there, it's like hopefully they're gonna be there. Because Bob on vacation mode, it's like I'm fucking shit faced. I don't give a fuck. Like that's what I said to Alyssa the other day. Like I was having a couple of beers, right, and like the babies were sleeping.
Where can I get some pina coladas?
Nice way to bring it back. But so the other day I was like, I had a couple beers. She's like, how many beers have you had? I was like, I had 3 so far. I was like, Delissa, I'm on vacation. Leave me alone. She's like, no, you're not. She's like, you're off work to take care of your sons. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting like wasted taking care of the kids. Like, it's not like that. But you know what I mean. Ugh, crazy.
There's only 16 beers.
Yeah, it was over the course of 8 hours. That's like 2 an hour. That's fine. They were single cans. They weren't tall boys.
Plus, they're babies. They fucking sleep the whole time.
Yeah. Well, we were at the hospital, and then like I was up for like over 2 days, right? And then like right before we left, I'm feeding the boys with the bottles, right? And then the nurse comes in, and is like, oh, time for another bottle. And I was like, yep. And then we're going home soon, so Daddy can get a bottle, a brown bottle. Oh, so you like Michael Jordan, right?
A little bit.
You're a big shoe man. You got a big shoe collection. Do you want to hear an interesting factoid about Michael Jordan?
Do I ever?
Okay, so in order to prepare for his role in Space Jam, actor Michael Jordan actually played 9 seasons of professional basketball and won 3 championships.
Did he?
Yeah, like way to commit to the role.
Definitely. Yeah, he was an easy pick. Did they spend much? Does it say like how long it took them to cast?
Honestly, they were probably like, you know what, this guy's put in a lot of work to prove to us.
They're like, you know what, we're taking Bugs. Marvin the Martian's on board.
Of course he is. Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam. He says he's in. He's got a couple other projects, but he's gonna make it happen.
It's rabbit season, so he's busy hunting.
Yeah. And then as soon as Bill Murray said "Yep," Michael Jordan was game on.
You're gonna say no to Bill Murray? Bill motherfucking Murray. You're not gonna
Bill Murray
say no
says
to
no to you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, thanks for coming over. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me,
and
bud.
Telling us all your crazy travel stories.
Looking forward to the Jamaican meal you got for me here.
It's about to get popping off real quick. Yeah, man.
Jamaican me crazy.
Yeah, I'm always Jamaican everybody.
Jamaican me hungry.
All right,
let's go get into this jerk chicken.
Yeah, it's about to go down. All right, guys.
You got some plantains?
Yeah. Actually, dude,
we're about to get authentic.
The plantain, like the banana chips. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, so good. Good.
Oh yeah, and the rice and beans,
dude, and like the goat stew. Like I'm not a huge fan, but dude, Jamaican's
where it's at.
Jamaicans got the food figured out, man. They making it happen big time.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, it's
shout out to all the Jamaicans.
Yeah, no, straight up, seriously, you guys are you're making it happen. Like I don't even like regular chicken anymore. If it's not jerk, I don't want it.
You do grub.
All right, it's Bobchat Baby. Thanks again, guys, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.
Peace.
I want my pockets and my lady, simple life, but not too crazy. I'm slim, but I ain't shady. Fuck you if you hate me. I'm rocking the mic, cause it's Bobchat, baby.